Probably many people have ever wondered why the Scandinavian countries are so rich. Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark and Iceland all together enjoy a very high standard of living. This fact surprises many people from all over the world and makes them wonder why. The factors that contribute to the wealth of Scandinavian countries are varied and complicated and cannot be described in a few sentences. However, we did try to include the most essential among them. Let's see the secret of Scandinavian wealth in 10 following points. These 5 countries are similar and different at the same time, and we will make a separate video for each country's economics later. If you are from a Scandinavian state, share your opinion in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn the notification bell on. One of the primary factors that has catapulted Scandinavia to the top of the global income and quality of life rankings is equal treatment. And this is not only a question of ethnic and religious equality, it also comes to gender equality. Sweden is known as the country where women's rights are most respected in the world. Iceland, on the other hand, is first in the world according to important state positions in the country occupied by women. The equality between men and women causes very positive impact on the economy. Because of this reason, the population in the Nordic countries is more functional economically. The Nordic states enjoy an outstanding order, security, and peaceful way of life. It will not be an exaggeration to say that these are the countries with the lowest crime rate in the world. This in turn is a really good advertising and attracts numerous investors. Scandinavia is a region where people have very high confidence in the judiciary and police, which is a very good basis for development of stable society. Perhaps this is the right place to mention that in the Nordic countries alcohol consumption is quite limited due to the highly inflated prices. This fact certainly has its positive impact on crime. Sweden, Finland and Denmark are members of the European Union, and the Iceland is in the process of joining. Only Norway is not a member of the European Union, but maintains very close economic relations with the community. The EU membership and partnership is a very solid foundation for economic development of the Nordic countries. It is encouraging for them to know that they can rely on the support of the biggest market in the world. The European Union is a guarantee that countries will never be hungry. It is also a guarantee that goods and services produced in these countries will have a much bigger market in comparison with their own. The Scandinavians' prosperity is mainly due to financial and tax policies. Nobody can deny that it is important not only how developed the country is, but also what kind of wealth distribution policy is being held. In modern Western societies and states, of course the role of countries in income redistribution is relatively small. Government interference in the economy is primarily restricted to the collection of taxes. That is the main lever which has made countries like Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark and Iceland so successful. Taxes in Nordic countries are very high. The poor, unemployed, young and still vulnerable persons and low-income people have benefited the most from this social policy. The wealthy residents of the Nordic countries are not particularly happy with the fact that they have to be separated by a significant part of their incomes. Besides the fact that Scandinavia assists people with lower incomes, it also invests large amounts of money in science, health and development of high technology, which by the way guarantees future success of the region. When the state on one hand takes care of people to be healthy, educated and confident in their future, people on the other hand make up for it by realizing their full potential regardless of what they can do. Thus, in general, the Nordic countries make strong nations consisting of ambitious, confident and calm people, which perhaps is their greatest asset. Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark and Iceland are countries with the cold and dark climates. Because of this reason, the lifestyle is absolutely different in comparison with the summer holiday atmosphere which prevails in the southern Europe. In most of the year, the weather conditions in the Nordic countries are too unfavorable. This causes people to find indoor activities, to overtime at work, learning and other forms of self-perfection in order to go faster through the freezing and depressing winter time. The cold climate has built completely different habits in the Scandinavian people. In the Mediterranean countries, because of the hot and lazy weather during the summer season, people spend a lot of time outdoors. This leads to more time for socializing and less time for working and learning. The sun makes people to seek entertainment. The unbearable summer heat, especially in July and August, makes people almost unable to work. The Scandinavian countries are specializing in the production of a given product or service, occupying a specific market niche in the world. Norway is a global manufacturer of oil that is extracted from the bottom of the North Sea. Sweden is known for its high-quality steel, paper, and cars. Finland is one of the world's leading manufacturers of mobile phones. Despite its small territory, Denmark is among the leading food producers in the world, as well as one of the world leaders in the production of renewable energy. Iceland is famous for the export of fish and fishery products from the rich Arctic waters. The Scandinavian countries have a favorable economic location. Their neighbors are large and highly developed countries like Germany, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. These countries are bordered by the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans, as well as the Nordic and Baltic Seas. These waters are extremely rich in fish, and in many places, especially along the coast of Norway, there are significant deposits of oil. The long coastline favors the development of water transport. Not accidentally, for centuries the Scandinavians have always been known as exceptional sailors. One of the hallmarks of the Nordic countries is the combination of a large area and small number of people living there. In Scandinavia are some of the larger European countries that are also among the countries with the lowest population density in the world. The considerable wealth of these countries is easily distributable among the sparse population. This means that the population has a very high gross domestic product per capita. For these countries, it is relatively easy to satisfy their own needs and at the same time to export high-quality goods and services. The early industrialization of the Nordic countries was based on some key natural resources. Sweden, Finland, and Norway had large forest resources, and thus paper, timber and pulp have been very important export products. Sweden also has significant deposits of iron ore. Norway's most important industries have been forestry, fishing, and hydropower. And since 1970s, the vast oil and gas deposits in the North Sea have enriched the country as well. In Iceland, fishing has been by far the most important single industry. In the early years of the 21st century, the fishing industry has produced about 40% of country's export earnings. Other important natural resources in Iceland are aluminium, hydropower, and geothermal power. Denmark's resources endowment has been somewhat different. The country's arable land made the agriculture sector important for the whole Danish economy, and as a result the food industry has also been very significant. And numerous structural transformations have occurred in the Scandinavian countries over time. Although all 5 countries are still dependent on industrial exports, today the service sector has grown rapidly and now is one of the largest sectors of economy. Investment in education has allowed most Nordic countries to achieve high rates of employment through the sheer fiscal value of their workforce. Scandinavia is often praised for leading the way towards better and more equal education, and the Scandinavian education system do stand out. Education is free and publicly funded in Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, and the welfare state mentality makes way for an inclusive and cooperative way of learning. The basic principles entail that everyone should have the same educational opportunities regardless of their social or economic background. Scandinavian populations are becoming increasingly educated, and over 20% of Swedes had attained a higher education of 3 years or more in 2020. Scandinavian women in particular are climbing the educational ladder, notably in Denmark, where females recently outnumbered men in higher education. There are probably hundreds of other reasons besides these for the welfare and prosperity of Scandinavian countries. Some factors are more important compared to others, but one thing certainly is a fact. Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark and Iceland are among the richest countries in the world. And while other states on the planet face more and more serious global competition, the Nordic states become richer and year after year increase their international influence. turning Scandinavia into one of the most important regions in the global economy. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to check out our video where we explain why the Netherlands is so rich, and we also have explained the economy of the United Arab Emirates as well.